This ain't financial advice. What up, crypto fam? What up, nerd fam? In the jam today, we have some very interesting news. Now, you all remember how I so eloquently promised that if we got the nerd pool to 60 million by 2022 January 1st, that I would eat 3 Carolina Reaper peppers. Oh, and we're doing well. Take a look at that, but I got another little challenge. We're going to up the ante here in just a moment. I just want to say thank you to all of the 27,695,000 delegates in the nerd pool, minting blocks left and right. Look at all these fat daddy blocks. And folks, I will tell you that rewards do fluctuate. That's completely normal in any single pool that you're ever a part of. It doesn't matter if you jump pools, they're going to go up, they're going to go down. Any good pool should return you somewhere around 5% APY. Cardano.org says it's more like 4.65. So keep realistic expectations and you'll never be disappointed. But let's go for something really good now. So we're sitting here about halfway to our 60 million goal. But what if I was to up the ante a little bit? What if I was to make this bet interesting? 82 days. What's in 82 days, you ask yourself? What is in 82 days? Christmas is in 82 days. 82 days from now is the anniversary of when George Washington crossed the Delaware River on that fateful morning. It was a miracle on Christmas. And I am going to tell you this, being that New Year's Day and Christmas Day are so close to each other, if we can get that 60 million staked in the nerd pool by Christmas Day, I, Scott Wallace, will attempt to cross the Delaware River on Christmas Day dressed as George Washington. Stake with nerd. If we get 59 million, I will not be crossing. If we get 58.5 million, I will not be crossing. But if we hit 60 million by Christmas, I will cross the Delaware River dressed as George Washington. And just to show you that I am serious and I am not making things up, I'm a man of action. I am a man of consequence. You can look at my Amazon orders. I have my funny tri-cornered hat right here. I have my powdery wig, George Washington wig, and of course, a very noble George Washington outfit, all ready because here at Nerd Node, we plan for success. We plan for victory, just like George Washington did. Now let's get into the Cardano news. Well, let's take a look at the charts here. So after you're done staking with Nerd, come take a look at these charts. Bitcoin sitting at $49,000. Ethereum on a little bit of a rally of 3,391. And our boy, Cardano, $2.19. So let me show you something very, 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 very interesting. If we click into the Cardano chart, and we go into the 3-month period, the all-time high for Cardano was 9/2/2021. 9/2/2021, we hit $3.10. You all were having a fat, happy dad day. Okay, but check this out. Today, Bitcoin is trading at $49,000. Right under, it hit 49.2 about an hour ago. And if we say, what did Bitcoin, when was the last time in 3 months that Bitcoin hit? Oh, you don't say. Right around 9.2, we were trading at 49.5. That was the last peak of Bitcoin right there. So if we get a breakout, Cardano could be poised for parabolic activity. Stake with Nerd. So take a look at this. We got some really interesting stuff. Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan came out with his non-diamond hands analysis. Mr. Morgan says Bitcoin is a little bit of fool's gold. Now, if you read through this article, he goes on to say that it's fool's gold, yet he lets his clients invest in Bitcoin because they have interest in it, and he doesn't tell them what to buy. That's very interesting. Okay, you don't tell them what to buy. I guess that's not financial advice, Jamie. So You FUD something that you know your clients are buying. Interesting. What's the theory behind that? Well, if you knew something had an inherently scarce supply that was always going to be decreasing in the future, and you thought, hey, it's bound to go up anyway, if I push it down, wonder what that'll do for my clients. Maybe they'll get in on a good deal. I think he's trying to create good deals for his wealthy clients. I think Bitcoin, I think Ethereum, I think Cardano, it's obvious at this point. If you don't see the writing on the wall, you have your head in the sand. Steak with Nerd. So check this out. If we come back here to the next article, Grayscale. Cardano reports, cites iconic founder, Charles, but low network fee revenue. Now, that's a very interesting take on Grayscale. It's almost, let me get into this article. I'm going to read it. With Alonso launched, the Cardano Summit is over. Founder Charles Hoskinson announced he was off to the ranch without Twitter. However, investors didn't forget about Cardano. Grayscale Investments, a crypto asset management company, released a report introducing readers to the third biggest blockchain by market cap. While this might sound standard, the report provided a unique glimpse into how a more traditional finance company like Grayscale viewed Cardano. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Grayscale's analysis of Cardano's strengths and weaknesses, as well as its future trajectory, were fascinating for beginners and expert investors alike. I wouldn't quite say that. So check out this Grayscale. You can go read through the entire report here. Comment down below if you would like me to do a video reviewing the entire report. So interested in learning more about Cardano, read our new building blocks report for more, ADA. So check it out. Considering Cardano, the report by Grayscale listed both Cardano's merits and disadvantages. It's first referenced Hoskins' iconic founder status. Okay, I would call that good leadership qualities. How did he come to that? Because I don't see a lot of iconic founders out there, except for maybe Vitalik Buterin. A large community. That's us, baby. That's the nerd node. Going big. 60 million by Christmas Day, George Washington. ADA, large community, and a fully open source software protocol. Yeah, that's called decentralization and accessibility of ADA on exchanges. And Cardano's $1.6 billion treasury. That's a big treasury. In case the SEC come a-knocking, we got something to fight back. Coming to Cardano's problems, the report noted strong competitors and lack of mainnet applications. Now, I know a lot of us are patiently waiting for things to drop. Sunday Swap, Meld. There's a list of things that we're waiting on waiting for release on Cardano. And I know a lot of people, what's going on? What? Guys, give it time. Give it 6 months to a year. That'll give you a much better picture of what's going on. Ethereum was not exactly smooth sailing. It wasn't butter on toast, okay? They have had a number of issues all along the way. You can research them. And if you've been in this space, you know that. So if you're new and you start hearing things, reading things in Discord, reading things on Twitter, you start buying into some of the negativity, well, the people who've seen this same exact theme, this same exact narrative on Twitter, on Reddit, on mainstream news, we've all been here before. We know how it goes. At the end of the day, we're still pegged to Bitcoin, okay? In a year, I'd say if we don't see a lot of dApps and applications launched on the mainnet, might be time to be a little concerned, okay? We are less than 1 month in right now. So take a look at what we have built and what we have done. We have an amazing NFT ecosystem. Oh, by the way, people who do delegate to Nerd will receive an NFT of the George Washington event if it goes down. That's right. Your boy on the SS Steak with Nerd crossing the Delaware on Christmas Day. So check this out. So Cardano still lacks mainnet application ecosystem while basic smart contract functionality has been added. It's yet to be seen how dApps will function, how developer interest and user adoption will unfold. I'd say there's plenty of developer interest, and I think it's pretty easy because you can just go Cardano ecosystem map, okay? I mean, is that like not developer interest enough for you guys? Like, it looks like developers are looks like developers are quite interested, judging on the amount of stuff in the Cardano ecosystem. It seems like interest is quite high. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Some other people have been able to build their apps faster because they've sacrificed some of the most important elements of Bitcoin and Ethereum, either security or decentralization. It is what it is. So you got to compare apples to apples, not apples to, tangerines or radishes or cucumbers. Okay. Apples to apples, people. So take a look at this. Oh, by the way, our ROS right now is sitting at about 5% return on stake for Nerd. If you don't know how to stake, all you do is you download the Daedalus wallet, you click here, you hit stake pools, you type in NERD, you click Nerd right there, you hit delegate, and you're ready to go. And you have now delegated to Nerd, and you have pushed me across the Delaware River. So, Grayscale, back to the Grayscale report. Grayscale's report also explored Cardano's possible use cases, suggested that new tokens on the blockchain could lead to ADA holders changing their assets in the short term. Very possible. This might continue until more network usage boosted Cardano's metrics. In the medium to long-term period, Cardano could serve as a higher beta play to Bitcoin. Now that's interesting. They're basically saying, I kind of take higher beta play as the new Bitcoin. They're like, this is a more efficient, more scalable, faster, stronger, something that you can develop that's as high as Bitcoin, and it'll probably grow more because people want to grow on these ecosystems. Metrics for context. Grayscale's report also provided some metrics to put Cardano's growth into perspective. During the last year, the fees paid to Cardano stake pools rose around 65 times. As a result, the monthly annualized value in September 2021 was 56 million. In August, this value had been 23 million. Coming to the user base, Grayscale's report observed that Cardano's active addresses had increased until it overtook even Ethereum this summer. However, ADA's price could have played a role in that as well, and that's very possible. Notes on the future. It's curious to note that Grayscale has added ADA to its digital large cap fund portfolio in July of this year. What's more, the announcement came even before the Alonzo upgrade. Could the move have been a signal of Grayscale's confidence in the asset? I'd say yes. Grayscale's coming to Nerd. Finally, coming to the NFT scene, which is vast and wide in Cardano, the Cardano Foundation shared over 900,000 ADA was spent on CNFTs in the last 24 hours. Folks, it's not a fly-by-night operation. We have a lot of great things on the horizon. Simply look at the Cardano ecosystem and see where we are headed. Over 1 million NFTs have been minted on Cardano since the Mary hard fork, which brought native tokens to the network in March 2021. In the last 24 hours, over 900,000 ADA was spent on Cardano NFTs. So we need network development. It's going to take time, folks. Good things take time. Speaking of things that don't take time, paying your taxes. It appears that in Japan, authorities are going to crack down on Cardano investors. Japanese got to pay your taxes. Nobody likes to pay taxes. Never met a man that did. Even George Washington didn't want to pay the Queen of England her unfair taxes. But you know what? Unfortunately, there's two things that are certain in life, and that's death and taxes, unless you launch the American Revolution. Want to pay their fair share of their taxes. It seems that millions of dollars have been potentially hidden from Japanese authorities, and they're going to crack down on it. Folks, more things like this are going to happen. People are going to try to skirt around the tax game with the crypto thing, but I think it'll be hard to, you might get gas and groceries out of doing something like that, but you're not going to get away with hundreds of thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars in tax fraud. Please don't do it. Use your head. Don't be greedy. Being greedy is always what gets your hand caught in the cookie jar. Okay? There's many ways to pay less taxes. I suggest that you look into them. This is not financial advice, but don't try to not pay your taxes at all, because unfortunately, as much as it hurts to pay your taxes, they are damn near certain, as we've seen in the past. Folks, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you staking with Nerd. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.
Steak with North